Okay, in this video we're going to talk about financial advisors. And one of the things that always struck me when I was talking to my study abroad students, who were usually the students who were on top of things and wanted to do cool things and were, I would say, more self-starters than the normal students, was that when I would ask them who their financial advisor was, most of them would look at me with blank stares. And I would say at least 7 out of 10 wouldn't even know that either they wouldn't know that they had one or they wouldn't know the name. About 30% of students would say, this is who my financial advisor is. So I guess the first thing I'm going to tell you to do with a financial advisor is find out their name. Who is it? And usually, depending on staffing and such, these don't change with most colleges. Depending on the structure, usually you have one assigned and that's it. So just for starters, find out who that is. With the financial advisor, just in general in college, because about it, there's things like money and aid and loans and things change and income goes up and down from year to year. In my opinion, and you've got to do this, at least once a year, go talk to your financial advisor. Beginning of the year, but I'm going to recommend one time a semester. So one per semester. Kind of like a doctor. It's going for a checkup. You know, it may not be fun, it may not be great, it may not be glamorous, you may not, it may not be completely necessary, but just go talk to them once per semester to say, okay, how is this going? Some of the things they can help you with, and I'm just going to talk about the general, not even study abroad at this point, but it's just budgeting and how to get through the semester, how much money you should allocate to different things. They can help you with a wide range, at most colleges, wide range of different topics and things that you need, but you gotta go and you gotta show up and you have to say, and you have to let them know, what you need and what you're thinking. The biggest thing with the financial side of things is that it's one of those things kind of like moving in and maybe coming home for the semester, and a lot of different things that students just allow their parents to do because it's easy. The financial side is not, well, it's not fun because it's expensive, but it's also not fun because there's a lot of different financial aid things and government forms, and it's a lot of paperwork. And most people, not to mention students, don't like filling out paperwork. So I think a lot of students outsource this to their parents. And I think it's okay to have your parents help you at the start, but I really think that, in my opinion, especially if you want to study abroad, especially when you're looking to be independent, you're going to be in a foreign country and navigating and using money and everything like that, I really think that if you want good experience, you need to take that over from your parents. I'm going to cover it up. Take that over from your parents by at least freshman year. But the hard part about that is most students don't know what to do, and you get busy and there's classes and you have all these different things. But in my opinion, take over the finances as soon as possible and get on all those things, because what you're doing is you're increasing your financial education. And again, that's what you want your advisor to do, is to educate you. A good financial advisor will be the type that when you walk in the door and you have a question, they will teach you about what you need to find out, whatever your question is, and get you to a place that you find answers. And so you really want to make sure, and it's one of those things, if you've seen the video on the continuum of ignorance to education, everybody starts out ignorant of loan processes and structures and what's the difference between a grant and a scholarship. And so it can be a very frustrating thing with the money. Where do I come up with these things? But the reason you want to go to financial advisors is because they know options. And if they know your story, if they know that you're struggling, and I know this from personal experience, I have a relative that had a really great experience with a financial advisor. I need to write that down so I tell that story. But it's one of those things that they can help you to get through things. And even with financial advisors, when it comes to study abroad, especially if they know you, it will be much easier to sit down with them if you already have a relationship when you go to seek information about study abroad. So your financial advisor is very important, especially if the money is an important issue, and especially if the money is make or break for study abroad. So it really benefits you to take advantage of your financial advisor's help.